We're leaving this house. Huh? I didn't know what he was saying. We are giving this place to Matt. What? What on earth are you saying? You can't make decisions like that on your own. Shut up. You have no right to talk back to me. We're giving this house to my brother. If you want to agree, we're getting a divorce. With this, the slight feelings that I had left for my husband completely disappeared. Okay then, let's get a divorce. My name is Sarah and I am 32 years old. It's been 4 years since I got married to my husband Tom. We wanted kids, but it didn't work out, and it's been just the two of us since. One time we did consider receiving fertility treatment, but Tom said it would be fine with just the two of us, so we decided not to. I was so happy when he said this to me. I felt it would be absolutely possible for me to spend the rest of my life happy with just the two of us. However, we've been through so much recently, and I won't exactly be able to call our life happy. Tom's parents both died recently. His father passed away due to cancer, and his mother, who was not well to begin with, got even weaker after her husband's death, and she passed away soon after that as well. We spend our days busy with their funerals and discussing the succession of their property, so it has been tough to find time to relax as husband and wife. To add, I did feel he would slightly like this to begin with. But Tom believes that the husband is the boss of the family, and he is sometimes very strict with what he says. At times, he would purposely make me look bad in front of others in his way of being modest, because I am his wife and a member of his family. I do understand where he is coming from, but recently, it's become so bad that he treats me as if I am a terrible wife. If I ever make the slightest mistake with housework, he scolds me as if I'd done something absolutely unthinkable. Before we got married, we worked together in the office, and he was my boss. Because of this hierarchy, even before entering marriage, I think Tom still has the mindset that I work for him. But that's not how marriage should work. My wish is that he treats me better as his wife. However, not everything about him is bad. When we worked together, he left me in charge of projects for my own growth. If I needed him or made any mistakes, he would listen to any concerns that I had. And I thought he was a man I could truly rely on. He would compliment me and say, "You did well when we got through a project." He was so charming at work that I completely fell for him. The real reason that I decided to marry him was that he was there for me when I lost my uncle, who I was very close to. We got married after dating for 1.5 years. I left the office and I'm currently working part-time while doing the housework as well. It seems Tom is busy with his work recently and he often returns late. He often does overtime and usually comes home at around 9:30 p.m. He is a manager, so I know it can't be helped. Hope he didn't have too rough of a day today, I say when he returns home. However, there's no reply. What's for dinner? This is always the only thing he says. Oh, I made some curry, I reply. He ignores my response, saying, beer, and sits at the table. I hang the suits he threw on the floor and hurriedly go to get some beer. He likes it freezing cold and is angry when it's not, so I have to put it in the freezer about 30 minutes before he comes home. He's not happy if it's actually frozen either. So I needed to be careful of the timing. That's why I always get nervous when it gets nearer to the time of his return. He doesn't seem to give a care in the world about my worries, and once he finishes his dinner, he heads straight for a shower. I have to put his folded new clothes and towels in the bathroom once he's gone in and clear the dishes that he just used. I never know what is going to make him angry. Today he shouted, "Hey, why is there no chocolate mint ice cream?" "I'm sorry. They didn't sell it at the nearby supermarket," I reply. He glares at me, heads to the bedroom, and goes to sleep. He was never the type that chatted a lot, and we really don't have many conversations anymore. I'm sure he must be tired from work too, but I don't think we've probably spoken for about 6 months. However, I still have feelings for my husband. As I said, he comforted me when I lost my dear uncle, which is a reason why I still trust and rely on him so much. After my parents got divorced while I was in middle school, I lived with my mom. When I was a sophomore in high school, she became ill and sadly passed away. After that, I lived with my uncle. He was like a father to me, and I loved him so much. He let me go to college, and once I started working, I would save up and take him to nice restaurants and buy him presents. I loved living with him, and I am still so grateful to him. My dad was not a decent man, so to me, my uncle feels more like my father. However, my days with him didn't last long. My uncle died of cancer too. I don't know whether it's genetic, but it was the same cancer as my mother's. I was devastated at having to say goodbye to him so early, losing my only family. I felt there was no one else that I could rely on. I was completely alone. There was so much that I still wanted to do with my uncle. I wanted to take him on a vacation to thank him for everything that he had done. For a while, I didn't feel like I could even eat. It was then when Tom one day came over to comfort me. He asked me why I was feeling so down, and when I told him, he said, "That must be really tough for you. Thank you for working so hard at such a rough time." He was always a strict boss, but I felt safe by his warm and kind words. Since then, I've trusted him with all my heart, and even though he is strict at times, this has made me want to continue our relationship as a married couple. However, this is all about to change due to a certain phone call. The phone rings, and it is from Tom's brother, Matt. "It's nice to hear from you, Matt. What's up?" "I have something I want to tell Tom. Is he there?" Matt didn't sound too cheerful, and I become slightly worried. I hand the phone to my husband. Tommy is very fond of his brother, and he's always saying how proud of him he is. Matt graduated from an Ivy League university, works at a leading corporation, and has an amazing personality. He truly is a wonderful guy, and I can't understand why Tom would be proud. Tom seems so happy to receive the call from his brother. "Thanks for the call. What's up?" Until a moment ago, Tom was watching TV with no expression on his face, but now he lights up. However, I was worried about the tone of Matt's voice when I pick up the phone, and my concerns become a reality. Tom's smile fades from his face, and his voice on the phone seems worried. "So, are you okay?" What on earth could it be? "Got it. Don't push yourself too hard, and remember you can always rely on me," he says, and he hangs up. What's wrong? Matt got fired. What? I freeze at the certain bad news. I did hear that the company wasn't going too well, but I didn't think they would fire Matt of all people. Tom sits on the couch and sighs. I can't believe it either. Matt is kind and gentle, and I hear he's good at his job. He respects me too. And when he heard Tom saying all food things about me when the relatives gathered, he told Tom off one time. He even said, "I'm sorry for my brother's rudeness," and apologized to me. Matt got married last year, and his wife seems nice, and they are a beautiful couple. I would imagine that they would become a warm and caring family. That's why I am shocked to hear he'd suddenly become a victim of corporate downsizing. I'm so worried. Is there anything we could do? I genuinely feel this way, so this is what I say. However, Tom has a stern look on his face, and he screams. Huh? What exactly do you think you could do? You're just going to cause more trouble, so don't even think about doing anything. I'm shocked. I never expected he would say anything like this. He has gone too far. I snapped back at him. More trouble? What do you mean by that? Tom seems even angrier about this. All of this has nothing to do with you. Keep out of it. You're just a housewife. What do you know? Nothing to do with me. We're family. You're my wife. You have nothing to do with Matt, I respond. I am shocked to hear this is what he believes. Even if he's upset, I cannot forgive him for saying something like this. Since then, Tom has gotten even more aggressive than before. I envy you as a housewife. You don't have any stress from work, and all you need to do is the housework. But you should care more about what you wear, you know. Matt's wife is always stylish, Tom used to say. Stop wasting my money on clothes and makeup. Which is it? Does he want me to try to look good or not? I gradually become more and more exhausted from these attacks from my husband. I could bear it because I still respected him, but recently it's become so bad. If I say something wrong or even if I say nothing at all, he is always irritated towards me. We don't make eye contact anymore, and we don't say a word to each other. I began to wonder why I am even married to this man, and one day, this is what happened. It's very rare to see Tom up so early on a day off. I wonder if he had some plans, and I see that he is packing some boxes. He's throwing items away into a garbage bag as well. As we haven't had no more conversation for a while now, I say nothing to him, although I am curious as to what he is up to. Then he sees that I am watching him and says, "Hey, you help me with this." I am surprised that he is speaking to me, and I reply with, "Are you tidying your room?" However, his response is not what I had expected. "We're leaving this house." Huh? I didn't know what he was saying. "We are giving this place to Matt." What? What on earth are you saying? You can't make decisions like that on your own. What? You can't make complaints to me like that. This is too much. Don't think you can threaten me like that and have everything go the way you want it to. Where are we gonna live if we hand this place to Matt? We'll find a way. Have you spoken to him about this? I will do. Exactly as I thought, I have no intention to believe that Matt and his wife want this for themselves. You have no idea how much trouble Matt is actually in. There's no point in doing this without him knowing. Shut up. You have no right to talk back to me. We're giving this house to my brother. If you won't agree, we're getting a divorce. With this, the slight feelings that I had left for my husband completely disappear. Okay then, let's get a divorce. Hearing my response, Tom looks surprised for a moment, but he says, "Okay. I'm serious, and goes out. He returns soon enough and shouts, "Here are the divorce papers. Let's do it now." He throws the papers in my direction and I silently sign them. Okay, I'm submitting them, and I go out to have them submitted. Once I am home, I see Tom continuing to pack his things in boxes. It's done. I've submitted the papers. Okay, you pack your things too then. With this, I reply to him coolly, "What are you talking about? I'm not leaving." Tom looks furious. What? Stop fooling around and pack your stuff. I said we are giving this place to Matt. He doesn't seem to understand, so I continue calmly. This house is in my name, This land was originally my uncle's. Huh? You're not saying you forgot, are you? I owned this place even before we got married. Hearing this, Tom's face is turning blue. How are you going to hand over this house to Matt? What? It belongs to me. Besides, you never paid any property tax, did you? And you're speaking like this is your own house. You're the only one living now that we are divorced. It seems Tom finally understands the situation. Wait a second, Sarah. I'm sorry. Please, can you come down? Excuse me, I'm completely calm. Thank you very much. You're the one who should be calming down. If you think you own this place, did you feel like you owned everything just because you were able to order me around? I was grateful to you and I respected you, You were there for me when I lost my uncle, and I could rely on you as a boss. But now you're just a husband that harasses me. Have you ever treated me properly? No, you treated me as if I were a housekeeper, and I can't stand it any longer. I never want to see you again. I'm not handing this house to anyone, and you're the one that's leaving. Hughes seem to have finished packing your bags, so get out of my house right now. If you're staying, I'm calling the police. Tom's in shock, and he collapses on the floor. After that, he rents a storage room to temporarily store his boxes and stays at a business hotel. Soon after, I hear he rented an apartment and started living there as if nothing had happened. But some of my former colleagues are still close friends with me. Therefore, they know about Tom's attitudes towards me during our marriage, and everyone in the office finds out what happened between us. So no one trusts him anymore. It seems he is spending a rough time at the office. He's not doing well with his work either. and he is relegated to a department where there are hardly any important tasks to do. One day, about 1 year after the divorce, I am heading home from the supermarket and someone stops me on the street. It's my ex-husband. I try to ignore him and continue walking, but he follows me. It's kind of creepy because he keeps saying hi and hails to me. He won't stop, and I got scared, so I said, "Please, can you stop that? What on earth do you want?" I stopped walking and look at him, and he says something I had not expected at all. "It's all your fault." Excuse me? How my parents both died in a row and how my brother got fired. I don't understand what you're talking about. You jinxed us. You're the one who made terrible things happen to me and my family. How silly is this? I have nothing to do with that. It's been disaster after disaster ever since I married you. If I hadn't, I'd still be living a happy life. Oh, really? Then how about you getting a promotion while we are married? Has that got nothing to do with our marriage? And what about Matt getting married to that lovely wife of his? That also happened while we were together, right? I am very calm when I say this. Tom has nothing to say back. Just because your life isn't going well, don't say I jinxed it and blame it all on me. If you were going to follow me any further, I'm calling the police. With this, Tom drops his head and walks away. I post a restraining order against my ex-husband and decide to phone Matt. He starts the phone call with, "I'm sorry about my brother," and he explains what happened after our divorce. It seems he never said he wanted the house. When he heard this from Tom, he was angry with him, saying he never asked him to do that. Learning that we got divorced, he says he felt sorry for me and decided to put some distance between him and Tom. He says he felt that Tom would cause trouble again one day if he continued their relationship. I think the reason why Tom came to me and said I jinxed him was because his dear brother put some distance between them. That's his problem, not mine. By the way, even though Matt was fired, thanks to his experience and talent, he was recruited to be a general manager at another company, and it seems his salary is even better than before. Hearing this, I am confident that I never jinxed Tom's family. When I tell Matt that I post a restraining order against Tom, he says, "I have no problem with that. I think that's the right thing to do." Now Tom is completely on his own, but it's all his own fault. You can tell how important it is to be thoughtful to each other to build a good relationship. I'm going to consider this a lesson learned and try to be thoughtful to all the people at my new office and everyone I encounter in the future. Isn't it unbelievable that he forgot he didn't own the house? And the way he kept harassing Sarah is unacceptable, however good he was at his job. It's a good thing Sarah divorced him. I hope she finds someone better in the future. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one.